good morning, or I probably should ought to say good afternoon to all you outdoors people. Because it's afternoon, I'm going to talk today about cress. It's a very, very popular edible. You can see right here what I'm showing is a picture of Upland Cress. These are very deep-rooted plants and they survive the winter. Here's one that I just shoveled out of the ground here a little bit ago. You can see that real long taproot on there. They have real long taproots and that enables them to survive the winter. Dandelions is another plant that has deep taproots that enables them to survive the winter, as well as burdock and dock and quite a number of other plants. These are highly sought after greens. This cress, people call them Crusty Greens. Sometimes you can buy them in supermarkets. I've seen them for sale there. Farmers will put signs out along their fields, cress for sale. You can buy them there, or you can go out and find your own in the wild. I used to hunt them as a young boy. I used to hunt them along the railroad tracks and take them back to the house, and my mom would cook them up. You can hunt them in the snow. As a matter of fact, when it's real cold in March and February, they're out. You plant the seeds, or actually they plant themselves from cress that goes to seed, or you can buy the seed and plant it, and then you can harvest them, or you can find them in the wild in lots of fields, a lot of farmers' fields. Here's some that I've showed you before. Got those real deep tap roots. These I just shoveled out of the ground. Here's another one just shoveled out of the ground. Here's one. Here's some that I've cleaned. What happens is you cut them off at ground level, or you can spade them up, whatever you want to do. And you can see that there's some grass and some dead leaves and stuff, and you got to clean them up. And once you clean them up, they look like this, pretty well cleaned up. Take those off. Now after you get them cleaned up, you take them in the house and wash them up, and then you hold them down like this, and you cut that crown out of there. You cut that bottom piece out, and all you're left with is leaves, and you wash them real good, and then you put them in a pot and boil them. Don't put too much water in the pot. Here's some more that I've cleaned. Don't put too much water in the pot. When you're cooking any sort of vegetable like this, you don't want to put a whole lot of water in with the cooking pot. Let them steam. Be careful that they don't run out of water, because they will burn on you and hence not be any good. But what happens if when you're cooking greens like this, or anything else, if you put a lot of water in there and then drain the water off after you finish cooking them, then a lot of your vitamins and minerals and so forth are going right down the drain. So you want to use as little water as possible. What I do is I take and put a small amount of water in these. I could boil them for maybe about 20 minutes or something like that, after I've cleaned them real good and put them in a pot with a little water. And then I take and put them in a skillet and pour the water in the skillet with them, and I put some olive oil in there, maybe a little bacon grease, and for seasoning. And you can salt them also, or you can salt them after you cook them. It doesn't really matter. But what you do is you take and let that water boil off, and all the water will completely boil off, and you'll have greens that don't have a lot of water in them or anything, and they're well seasoned, and they're cooked really well also. So anyway, this is a bunch that I've cleaned. You can see right here, I've cleaned these. Show you some more. There's one I've cleaned. There's one that I've cleaned, and that one right there is a small one. These over here shoveled out of the ground, so I could show you the tap roots on these things, which they go real deep in the ground. Got a few more here. You can see the roots on these, and you cut them off right at ground level. You don't have to dig them up. You cut them off at ground level, and then you clean them up. Like I say, there's one that hasn't been quite cleaned good yet. But anyway, there's one in the field there that you can see. And I'll walk around the field here and show you some more. If you walk around any field, like a cornfield or something like that, in the early spring, you're probably going to find these things. Now this one right here, if you take a good look at this one, right in the middle there, you'll see a little, where it's starting to shoot, what they call shoot. And when they shoot, they'll have a stem comes up maybe 2.5, 3 feet, depending on the size of the plant, of the cress. If you get a real big one like this one, then that shoot that comes off the middle that will develop seeds, that can be up to like 3 foot high or something like that. You'll see they're one of the first plants to start shooting or go to seed in the early spring. What I'm doing now is I'm walking around the garden here, and I'm going to show you some more of these, and then I'm going to call this quits. But what you do with these cress is you take and let them go to seed. They will bloom. They got beautiful yellow blooms. Sometimes you're driving along the road, you look over in the field, and you see just a lot of yellow blooms. Let them go to seed. Seeds develop. What will happen is those seeds will scatter, and little cress will come up, and you'll have a lot of cress in that area once again next year. Here's one right here along this fence row. There's some more right over there, and here's some little ones. You see more cress over here, and there's one. This area right here was where I dug those out a little bit ago. I got some also in the upper part of the garden here. Here's a dandelion starting to bloom. They're starting also, which dandelions are really good to eat. Also have a real good big taproot. Here's one right here. Nice big cress plant. And once again, if you look way down in there, you can see where it's just barely starting to bud. Really not shooting yet, but they will start shooting here pretty quick. It's because it's starting to get warm. It's like today is the 21st of March, first day of spring, and it won't be too long till these cress are shooting, have real big high stalks. Here's some real little ones here. Didn't do much. Just like any other plant, if they're grown on good soil that has good fertilization and everything, and they get the proper amount of sun and so forth, they can get really huge and be really nice to pick. Here's a couple more right here. You can see right in there, a couple more cress. Here's right in here, some more right there. There's one, and more. This one right here, this little seed bud, you can see he's starting, that little bud there starting to shoot. But anyway, that's it on Upland Cress. And they're really, like I say, really super good edible greens, and they're really highly sought after. People love them, and I love them myself. They're really super good to eat. Signing off. Don't forget to subscribe, and you folks have a nice day.